Hey guys, it's Will back with another video. Today we're going to be going over the Week 10 NFL Prize Picks slate. For this week, I got 5 plays. I like these all pretty similarly. Not the best board though, so I will say if you're going to tail, please do play so lightly. Getting into the video, the first one is going to be in the touchdown category. There's only one out of these that I am interested in. I think Eckler is okay because of the game total, the matchup, and they're obviously missing Mike Williams and Palmer, but the odds aren't the greatest there. The best one's actually going to be Joe Mixon, more than 0.5 touchdowns. The Bengals are going to be missing T. Higgins this week. Jamar Chase is questionable, but he has practiced back-to-back days, so usually that means that he's going to be good to go for this game. And currently, the spread on this game, the Bengals are favored by 6 at home, so that should mean Chase is going to be playing this game, and he's going to be actually playing, not just a decoy. So with that, then I do have the spread at -6. It is going to be a favorable game script for Joe Mixon as the running back here. He should have a lot of carries. His rushing attempt line is at 17.5, so it is really up there. And his touchdown odds right now, it's -160 on DraftKings. However, touchdown odds again, they are very juiced because it's one-sided. There you can't take the under on it, and so, or at least on certain platforms. And at -160, it would be a great play, but because of that juice or the option of, or no option of under, you can compare it to other sports books. Most of them actually have it at -133. The worst odds are on Pinnacle, which is one of the sharper books, at -122. But the play, without Higgins, the Bengals, I would think they're going to try to lean more on the run game. Burrow is healthy now, but you don't need to push him if you don't need to. The spread indicates that the Bengals should win this game. And Mixon, he's not just a guy who runs. He will catch passes. He's always going to be at like a minimum 3 reception line. And I think this game they could possibly use him more. They do have capable receivers behind him like Tyler Boyd, Irvin, but they got Mixon who he can catch the ball if needed. He gets a lot of receptions in the backfield, so it's not just he needs a rushing touchdown. He can cover it in the air. So I like kind of how he can get there in 2 different paths. So Mixon, first one for a touchdown, and then the next one is going to be Sam Howell. This is going to be more than 36.5 passing attempts against the Seattle Seahawks. So the Commanders here, they are 6-point road dogs, going to be playing in Seattle. And the Commanders, they do let Howell throw the ball a ton when they are going to be trailing. If you look at his pass attempts in the games where they are down, they are not wasting time. They're not a team like Atlanta or some other team that just kind of is there to run the clock. Like they're gonna try to win the game. They're gonna try to come back, and that's what we want to see. Teams trying to be competitive. And Sam Howell at 36.5. This line, it's at a -130, I believe, just to make sure here. And for whatever reason, it does not have the odds, but let me just refresh and see. Yeah, -130 still. So I think this one could get more juice just because of his game log. People like the box score watch, and if you click on this, you're going to see him throwing an absurd amount of passes, but that is not the reason you should be taking any play for that matter, because if you look at how these games were going, they were trailing, they had to throw a ton, especially that Eagles game. You're not going to see him throw 52 pass attempts many games or see anybody throw that many times. So against Seattle, though, they are going to, or they're projected to be trailing. That means another passing game script for him, and with the way the Commanders do play, they should let him throw the ball a ton if they are indeed trailing in the second half. So like this one. And then third one is going to be Drake London. I kind of like both of these for the more. I'm going to go with the receiving yards for the video, more than 46.5. The Falcons made the switch to Tyler Heineke as their quarterback, and they threw or not a lot, but they just decided to call more pass plays. the first game with him with the QB change, and they just trust Heineke more than they did with Desmond Ritter. And Falcons, they should still be pretty run heavy because they have Bijan and Algier, but for the last game, they didn't have London and they were willing to throw the ball a ton. So now that they do get their clear cut number one receiver back, we could see them still kind of go more towards the pass because they have Heineke again here. They're starting him again. And this matchup, as long as the Falcons don't do anything weird, don't just spam run plays, the Cardinals are a pretty solid matchup. I mean, they basically are trying to tank. They do have Kyler Murray back though, so that is something that could potentially make this game competitive. The odds certainly do think that it could be because it's only a 2 point spread in favor of the Falcons, and Falcons are going to be on the road. Kyler Murray could be rusty. I mean, he's been out for nearly a year, but a 44 game total is pretty solid when you look at who these two teams are. So I think there could be actually a good, or this game environment, I would say it's better than I expected, and that just makes this play more appealing. You have a quarterback in Heineke that is more willing to throw deep passes too, so that's why I'm kind of leaning towards receiving yards here. He throws deeper, or he throws deep passes at a higher rate, but he throws them more attempts, more deep pass attempts than Desmond Ritter. So that's a plus for London here for the receiving yards. Now on to the fourth play. It is going to be Tank Dell. More than 54.5 receiving yards here. So this goes back to the Joe Mixon play with the Bengals projected to play ahead. That means the Texans are going to be playing catch up. And if that is the case, then they're going to be throwing the ball a ton with CJ Stroud. And they already do throw the ball quite a bit because they just haven't been able to get the run game going. Now they don't have Damian Pierce. And with no Nico Collins, Tank Dell, he's going to be basically the top receiver here. Noah Brown, Robert Woods is back. Dalton Schultz getting a lot of the work. But in this game environment, the total, it was 47, so a very good one. It is going to be a tougher spot than last week when we saw CJ Stroud just go off against the Bucks. The Bengals do have a better defense, but it's going to probably make this a passing game script for the Texans. So that's a plus. And then Nico Collins being out. Yes, Robert Woods is back, but Collins is the more talented guy, as far as where they are right now in 2023. So Tank Dell, the rookie here, you're getting just a little bit of a value. I mean, it's not much, but anything, right? If you can get anything for a little bit of discount, this is only 2 yards off, but still 56.5 on DK right now. But it just makes sense with the game script. So more than 54.5 receiving yards for Tank Dell. And then this one, kind of for correlation, Devin Singletary, teammate, less than 13.5 rushing attempts. This one is, I believe, minus 135 on the books here. Minus 135 right here. And it correlates. If they're going to be trailing, then that means less rush attempts. They're going to have to throw the ball a ton. They already know that they're better at when they have to throw because the run game is just kind of been poor. And this Bengals team being at home, this defense, they probably are going to make the Texans throw. That's going to be the game script. And if we're playing a slip to tell a story, then you have Tank Dell because they're going to throw the ball, some more on the receiving yards, and then if they're throwing, that means they're not running, so they're going to take the under, the less on Singletary, and it makes sense. Not as much because Mixon, he can get a touchdown through the air or on the ground. He could do it at any point in the game, but kind of like a small game stack, guys. 3 picks coming from the same game here. You don't need to force it. I think these two are the main correlation kind of plays, but still, you don't need to play both of them. Like, you can just take one of them if you don't like the other. But these are going to be the 5 plays. I would say I probably like Mixon. They're kind of in order. I would prefer these 3 over kind of like this little stack here because the Bengals, their defense, like I could see this being a tougher matchup. It's a rookie quarterback. rookie receiver here too. So yeah, wouldn't surprise me if they had some trouble. So I would say if you're trying to go with a little bit more confident picks, I would say these three are a little bit better than Dell and Singletary. So those are the 5 picks for week 10. Going to be dropping more plays for the DFS Army members as usual in the Discord. So if you guys are not a member, please do check us out on our website. Links are in the description below. So thank you guys for watching. Good luck on this week 10 NFL slate, and I will see you in the next video.